matches of top 16, though. I think we're getting a couple more on the losers, a couple of the losers top 8 qualifiers. First one being Tricki and Vulnita, two reoccurring characters back again for this qualifier. Sylvanos and Etalus. A lot of Etalus. You know, Chernobyl. Maybe Chernobyl will be onto something. Maybe Etalus is the Wi-Fi killer. I'm sure that's not a revelation to anybody. He kind of is. Still, gotta watch these two unfold. I gotta watch the combos begin and watch the set unfold. Oh, and watch that back air close out at just over 100 after the hit. How you feeling about it, Sir Chernobyl? Like, Vulnita, both of these players we'd seen before, but Vulnita's and Sylvanos' extended combo game has looked really, really potent at the start, throughout these two sets we've seen.
Yeah, so interesting matchup. I think we were talking about this earlier. Obviously, you know, Vol has a nice advantage going on, but I do think, and we were seeing this earlier, where she was struggling a little bit at getting kills. And I think if Tricki can get an advantage, I think he's really going to be able to push that. But so far, Vol is doing an excellent job covering everything.
Yeah, it's been very, very impressive on her part.
Absolutely. But we were seeing just with Forsberg alone, like she was at, you know, getting up to very high percentages, you know, up into the 150 range. And Etalus, you know, especially with armor, you know, he is going to be very comfortable at that stage. So I expect to see, like, Vol is really gonna have to take out all of her stops.
She definitely did in that game, because there is twice over getting stocks just over 100 after the hit. So that's at very least Vulnita showing off that, like, hey, I can close out stocks, I can extend my advantage how I want. And while we were seeing Juvine survive a whole lot longer, Forsberg is a much harder character to hit, which can lead to some weirdo survivability standpoints. Meanwhile, Etalus, despite the weight, can sometimes just be a punching bag.
That's how Etalus, you know, that's how Rivals heavyweights, you know, are. You beat them up, then they beat you up, and, you know, it's kind of just who gets first to the punch.
Yeah. Who gets, if the Etalus gets to take their turn back, which Tricki's trying to do right here, but getting reversaled into that hitfall drag down nair, trying to reset, going for it again with that quick hitfall. The extenders are all there in effect, and the
very
platform...
nice back air by Vol.
And he said the thing. It's a very,
you know,
very well positioned.
I just realized, you know, she bared the bear.
You bared the bear. You're not allowed to do that. Actually, you're extremely allowed to do that.
Dude, I am going to take that. That is too horrible for me not to do.
Let's look at to see if this bear can bear her back. If you get a chance to play the game, looking for the tech roll in with that F-strong read, but
you know, I gotta admit, I was very skeptical of this matchup. I still am in a lot of ways, but this is a very impressive display by Vol. And yeah, really adapting well, especially from like earlier. You know, I think she's definitely like kind of. And that's what I love to see about Rivals. Like, you can even see throughout like tournament sets that players very much learn as they go. And I think Vol is like getting more comfortable. It's like, you know, I know that these options are going to kill now, and this is a combo tree I gotta pursue.
Yeah, I mean, every character in this game and other contemporaries, right? Like, the character depth certainly is there. So at the beginning, you're kind of doing some of your normal stuff, but once you get familiar with both character and player matchups, you can start to expand in different ways and go for a different variety of combo tree, depending on different DIs or what have you.
Tricki is having a bit of a rough time, you know, just getting some room to breathe throughout the set.
the on-hit nightmare that Sylvanos can sometimes be. Hello
And that's unfortunate.
there.
Like, you know, I don't blame him, but you know, he was just in a position where, you know, he's kind of like, all right, I have to like air dodge eventually, or I'm gonna get hit. But then Vol's just like, I just gotta wait for his air dodge, and then I can hit him. So not much you can do, unfortunately.
She was cooking that game, and then, I mean, maybe even in this set, like we're both previous two games were both so clean on her part, and the depth of that combo tree, as you were mentioning, was just on full display.
When you get the run back to Spirit Tree.
Yeah, got a game 3. Potential reverse if you know what to look for. Every game is winnable because you took a stock. Tricki took a stock every game, so it's just a matter of figuring out the little things and the little differences to power through some of that stuff. But
absolutely, man, but you know, you gotta take all of them. You can't take just one.
Very
true.
Gets so difficult when you watch things unfold, and it's like, man, every single opening that Vuln is getting, she's getting like 80 to 90. She's and like such strong positional value off of each one. The parry as well,
and the momentum, the absolute momentum. Not even just coming 2 games uncontested, but even like, you know, you gotta feel invincible, especially taking the first stock, game free. You're up 2-0. You want to like move on and bracket.
The full intent is there to get that.
And Tricki's throwing out yeah, it's a little random here. I'm not gonna lie.
These hitfall uppers are so clean. At this point, right? You can almost be thinking like, all right, whatever I was doing in the previous 2 games isn't working. I've got to start experimenting. Like, something's got to give here, but
the problem is, it's like you don't even have that time to like think.
True enough, right? Like you're being rushed down. You're being put in such a horrible vortex. This
and sometimes when you're in that position, you just gotta be like, you know, I have to do something, and then you just end up doing what you usually do.
And the down strong comes in. Calling out the parry timings as well, with just like a stand there and wait, like.
And the thing is, you can absolutely do that when you're up a stock, and even up games, you know, you can afford to be a little more patient. Even it's kind of like you're doing some research on your opponent. It's kind of like, eh.
Oh no, this was a full display.
Yeah, this was a very dominant set. Excellent like display of Sylvanos.
Total sweep. Tricki played amazing throughout so much of this bracket, getting into the winner side top 8 qualifier after getting a win over Bookworm as well, but dropping 3-1 to Plushie and 3-0 to Vulnita puts him